What's up everyone? And I have kind of a funny story to tell you, but first off, I have a cool product from Olight to show, but I'd had like two of the representatives hit me up in my Instagram DMs like, hey, we'd love to send your product to review. We see that you have some of our products. But I guess since they're a bigger company, they have, content reps or whatever, people that run stuff. So it wasn't like from the official Olight account. So I thought it was spam, so I kind of just ignored it. But anyways, after a while, I just messaged one of them back and they were like, oh yeah, no, like we'll message you like our legit email. And I was like, my bad. So, can never be too vigilant. There's a lot of scams going on right now in the EDC world, like all these scammer people. So anyways, they were not trying to scam me, and my bad, Olight. But no, I was super excited once I realized that it was legit, because I have quite an Olight collection as it is. Like all these flashlights that I'm about to show, I've bought with my own money. So as you can tell, I obviously kind of like Olight. I just think that they're good for EDC. I like that they have so many options. For the longest time, this S2R Baton 2, this was like my favorite flashlight. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen this one a lot in my posts. But I just liked the size. It's a nice handheld. You've got your double clicks, your different options there. And I don't know, like I said, just a good size. You've got the frag here for grip. And just really liked it. It was, I would say, my favorite flashlight for a very long time. I've also given this one to my brother-in-law as a gift. We were out in the woods one time just chainsawing a tree that my mom had cut down. So, we were just making firewood and just trying to cut it up so we can get it hauled off and stuff and use it for the fire pit. But had this and we used it because it started getting dark on us for about an hour, just clipping it. Never had any problems with that. I say that because that's probably the longest that I've ran it at one time, would be an hour. Other than that, it's just little clicks here and there to see stuff and do other tasks, but didn't die on me or anything. Ran for that full hour, and he really liked it, so I got him one. And then I just got my mom one to keep in her purse, and it's the lime green one. So yeah, really like this one. So when they said they wanted to send me a new product to check out, I was super excited, and we can talk about that right now. So I've set this video to drop at the time that this new flashlight becomes available. So this is now available. And they sent me the Olight Baton 3. So I have already kind of used it a little bit because I just wanted to get an opinion on the actual light and stuff. So I'll show some clips here shortly of me using it in my backyard when it was really dark. But it's got a very similar size to the S2R Baton 2 that I really like, that I said was my favorite. And you've still got your two different modes. Very bright. They gave me the option for the cool white and the warm white, and I ended up going with the cool white lumens. So it's pretty interesting. It's just very bright, which I like. And well, I'll tell you some specs here in a minute, but this is just how it looks. I picked the black one, and it's got the blue clip, kind of like my other one, because I liked it so much, so I figured I might as well get the same color scheme. And then they also sent me an O knife. So this is the Splint in titanium. So I'm not gonna lie, when they first said that they'd send me a knife, I didn't have super high expectations, because I was like, this is a flashlight company, didn't expect the knife to be, like I said, I really just didn't have any expectations at all. I was kind of just like, okay. But I have to say, like, I'm actually pretty impressed with the knife, especially for the amount of money that it cost. This is a titanium frame lock, and it's a really good EDC size. So now that I've shown it in the video, I'm taking it to work tonight because I really like the size. And it had really good action right out of the box. It states on the blade that it's S35VN, which is a good steel. And like I said, it had good action. I've actually had knives that are a lot more expensive than this, and they had a worse QC when I got them. Now they sent this to me, so I don't know if they checked it before they sent it for review, or if they just grabbed a random one and sent it. Either way, I mean, it came perfectly centered. The action's good. There's no play at all. And it's got a pretty good edge. I mean, it's sharp. So I was pleasantly surprised with the O knife. If you're looking for a budget blade or something, I think that this actually, it met my expectations. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's got a good blade shape. You have flipper tab right here. You have opening hole for middle finger flicking, and you even have the front flipper right here that you can use. The only thing is, since you have the flipper and the front flipper, you do have to make sure that your first finger's down so it doesn't hit you with the tab there. So that's the only thing, is I probably would have just gone with just one of these, but the fact that you have 3 deployments and they all work and they all can work is pretty cool. That's just my personal want, but once again, you have the flipper. I just wanted to show the front flipper with the flipper again. There you go. So like I said, you just have to keep your finger back so that doesn't run into you. But yeah, all in all, super impressed with this knife. Like I said, I was being a little judgmental at first, but nah, this is a real cool knife. Like I said, I'll carry it to work tonight and kind of go from there. But first impressions is it's cool. And you also have some blue anno right there, just on the pivot. So it's not just pure plain gray looking. They broke it up a little bit, which I like. Your pocket clip right there, not deep carry, as you can tell. Looks about, I say, probably a T9 pivot. Looks like the actually the body screws are pretty big too. So yeah, not bad. But now we'll do some close-ups and talk a little bit more about this and some discounts. Okay, so here you have the Baton 3 Pro against the S2R Baton 2. Just in case you have this one, I wanted to show them up side by side. The Baton 3 Pro is just a little bit bigger. And you have a little bit of a different pattern on these, if you can't tell, which is pretty cool. Nice to have something different. This pattern's really cool. I like that. The Baton 3 Pro goes up to 1500 lumens on its highest setting. So your maximum there. And it has 120 days of runtime when it's fully charged, which is pretty awesome. I'd say the only thing I don't like about the branding is I don't know how I feel about that just yet. That's the only difference from this one. I'm just not a huge branding person. Of course, that doesn't bother me. And I don't know, it's really not that big. I'd probably just would have moved it down here a little bit or something, but that's to let you know that it's the cool white version. But, you know, for a lot of people that won't bother them at all. It's just what I personally like. But I like this button. Very comfortable button here. And I think overall the design looks really good. This pocket clip feels more robust than the other one that I just showed. And it's got really good retention on it, which I like. I love the size of this flashlight too. For how many lumens it packs, it's just awesome. And now I'll show you a clip here of me using it in the backyard where it's pretty dark. All right, here's my backyard. Here's my backyard lit up with the Baton 3 Pro. My backyard's actually very dark with no light, so I was pretty impressed with how well the 1500 lumens showed everything. I didn't have any problems seeing what I needed to, where I pointed it. Look at that. Bam! There you go. I was just trying to show the difference between how dark it was versus when the flashlight's on. And yeah, like I said, overall I was pretty impressed and I was happy with the results. Like your other Olight products, you could get a nice bag to carry it in. Your charging right here. Some people really don't like rechargeable flashlights. They prefer just a battery that you can put in. I'm a big fan of the rechargeable because I charge it, you know, every few months, you know, once I'm thinking about it, and then I don't really have to worry about it again. So it kind of just depends on personal preference. Some people just do not like rechargeable flashlights, this doesn't bother. I'm one of those people it doesn't bother. I enjoy it. As long as you remember to charge it every once in a while, you're good to go. Like I said, this one, I literally charged it today. I had a power outage, actually. Half my city had a power outage. And I had 2 Olights and a lantern going in the house. So I did charge this one because I had it going for a long time, and it still didn't die on me, and I've used it for months. I just thought, yeah, well, it ran for a while, so let me just go ahead and charge it up. So I feel like they hold a really long charge, which I like. So far, I actually really do like this Baton Pro. You can, like I said, you can get it in the cool white or the neutral white option, warm white, whatever. And I just picked the cool white because felt like it was good for EDC tasks. There. Alright, so like I've said, I have recorded this and I have set it to drop for September 20th at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, because that is when Olight OFAN Day starts. If you're familiar with Olight and their website, that's when a lot of deals and sales happen. You can get up to 45% off some products and 15% off of others. Just kind of depends on what's on sale. I'm also going to put a link down here in the description that will get you 10% off any non-sale item. So just a little help there. And then they have another deal going to where if you have placed an order before and you sign in, you can get a free Amorous Gunmetal Gray flashlight that's worth $21.99. And then if you're new to the website and create an account, you can get a free i3E Antique Bronze flashlight that's worth about $13. So that's kind of cool. If you're on the fence or you've never bought anything before, at least you get a little something extra. Alright, and here is the Splint Ti Knife. Like I said, this far exceeded my expectations. I really was kind of skeptical, but right when I opened it, I was like, wow, that actually came with really good action, centering, no play. It's more than I can say for a lot of knife companies sometimes, I don't know. Their QC was on point. But a few more details about the knife. You have a blade length of 2.97 inches. You have a handle length of 3.96 inches. And you have an overall weight of 2.39 ounces. Not very heavy, which for a knife this size is a good thing, in my opinion. You do have some weight reducing milling on the inside. The handle is titanium. And as I mentioned, your blade steel is S35VN. Now, I will say, I don't know, I guess my vision was weird because I said that the body screws looked big. It is a T8 pivot screw, and you have T6 elsewhere. I don't know, I thought it looked big. I guess I'm just crazy right now. But there's that little bit of a correction. Your on ball bearings, you have a steel liner. Let's see here. Anything else important that jumps out at me? Nah. Cool action, cool blade shape. You have a full flat grind. You have your little contoured handle there. Remember, I have small hands. Don't want you to be misled. But I can get a full hand grip on there. You have jimping right where it needs to be, honestly. That's very comfortable, actually. It's not super aggressive, but it definitely does help with the grip, and it's in just the right place for my thumb. I always like grind lines. I am a sucker for grind lines. Actually, when I first started buying a lot more knives, I loved stonewash. I loved that if I used it, you couldn't see it, but my taste changes sometimes, and I really lately I've been into satin and grind lines. I just think it looks really good, and it doesn't show wear as bad as I thought it would. So there's your lockup. I don't know if I mentioned this frame lock. It is a frame lock. So yeah, not something I ever probably would have purchased, just because I didn't really know much about Olight's knives, but now that I have one, I'm pretty impressed. This is the Splint. let's see here. So this they've priced at $169.95. I did go on their website and look at a few others. There's a lot more than the $70, $80 price range. So if you want more of a budget blade, there were some cheaper ones on there. If I can get that to center. Pretty good. Yeah, no tear. That's awesome. I've had, like I said, probably 3 times more of an expensive knife delivered before with a way worse QC. So yeah, pretty good. Very slicey. I like that. So here they are together, the Splint and the Baton Pro. I think they look pretty good together. Both have that hint of blue. But all in all, I was pretty impressed. I really like this because, like I said, this was one of my favorite flashlights, so it's very similar. So obviously, I really like it. And like I said, the knife exceeded my expectations. So, yeah, I have positive things to say about them. I do know that, just being in the EDC community, I do know that Olight did have a big recall a few months back. I personally haven't had any problems with their flashlights. I can understand that if you have had problems with it, you probably wouldn't feel too excited about the products unless they took care of it well. I don't have that experience because, like I said, I've been fortunate and all of my Olight products have worked and done well. So I will mention that. I do know that that happened. But I am glad that they at least put a recall out for it when they did find some of their products were defective. But I'm personally impressed with these two. Like I said, I'm taking this to work tonight, and I'm glad to have a new nice EDC flashlight that's similar to the one that I already really love. Trying to see if there's any more specs. I think the most impressive thing to me is the 1500 lumens. That's bright enough for anything that I would need on a day-to-day task. Yeah. Pretty short and sweet today. I like these. And the packaging's always nice. The knife came in this little pouch here. Ah, that's cool. Didn't even see that. Look at me missing stuff. Little coin. Worst unboxer ever. There's gotta be an opening. There we go. Oh my gosh. Looked like there was a hole. Whatever. We don't struggle, we have knives. All right, that's cool. A knife. So fancy. Splint titanium. O-knife folding pocket knife. All right, and of course, box will come like this with your flashlight in there. You get the bag and the charger. So yeah. Here is that, and if you are an Olight fan, please go check out their website. Like I said, if you've been on the fence about buying one, O-Fan Day is the time because that's when all the sales happen. And who doesn't like a sale, right? I'm a sucker for them. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and if you have any questions, just hit me in the comments.